Hello and welcome back, my fellow knights. I have to apologize for this. I have been out of town this entire weekend and was unable to record this. To be honest, I thought last week was going to be really nothing important that really was released. There was stuff important, I'll go over that maybe sometime soon. But then we got this on Friday, I think it was, or Saturday, and I was really disappointed because I couldn't give you a video. So this is just my commentary on this. This is a custom battle, I believe, again, a Let's Play of Koluk's Sun Eater versus the Dwarves. So it's Chaos versus Dwarves in this epic showdown in this snowy map. The map looks huge, by the way. Just want to point that out. Very cool with the ruins and the hills. And it's very interesting with all that the snow actually slows down your troops. It's going to be extremely cool with all these different settings that you can play in. So here we have the Dragon Ogres. Absolutely really cool. Look at that. Like it's just really cool. So those are the Dragon Ogres. This is the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. You can see the lightning. So this is one of like the monstrous units. I feel like the Dragon Ogres are more cavalry and the Shaggoth is the monster. And then we have Koluk's Sun Eater, who is one of the legendary lords. And as you can see, they just get gradually larger in size. The lightning's still there. He's all armored up. Now, Koluk's Sun Eater is interesting. They said this later in the actual gameplay, that you don't start out with his hammer, which I think is Star Crusher. You have to play a quest to get it, which is cool. You don't start out with everything. Koluk's Sun Eater also has a pretty cool buff to him that he can recruit Dragon Ogres and Dragon Ogre Shaggoths at 15 and 10% respectively. I think that's what it was. So you want to play as him. You have the Manticore up there. We have the Warriors of Chaos, and then we have the Chosen up here. Very cool with their axes again. Very cool detail. And then we see a Metal Wizard, I think they say at the edge here. Yeah, Metal Wizard. Very cool. It's just really cool. The Manticore, you'll see him later. He's a really cool flying unit, I have to say. I'm not sure if they're gonna have Manticores in like a group, so it's gonna be like maybe like a kind of like the Vampire Count's flying unit. I'm not sure if they're gonna have that or if it's just gonna be a mount. We haven't heard that yet, but oh well. So here we have the Dwarves. We have a Gyro Bomber there. Very cool. You get to see him in action, which is cool what you can do with that thing. And then you have some Dwarf Gunners. You have some Slayers in the back. You have, which is really cool, there's like, Warhammers. You have, I forget what these things are called. It's like torpedo launchers, which are good against monstrous infantry. More Slayers in the back, which of course are good against monstrous infantry too. Bunch of artillery. The cannons, excellent detail on them. And then we have some, I think in the back they're like bomb throwers. I'm not really sure exactly. They looks like napalm or just really cool. You'll see them in action here. So, big announcement for Chaos. I'll say this right off the bat. For those of you that pre-order, you'll be able to pre-download the game and play as Chaos right off the release. As you guys know, I'm not able to preload or pre-order, so unfortunately that's not going to be able to meet. But they have just announced that Chaos will be free to play within the first week of the release of the game, which means that if you buy, let's say you either can't pre-order or you're a little about pre-ordering, you can just wait for a week and then buy it and still get Chaos. Absolutely incredible. I can't wait because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do right now, as long as I'll watch some reviews and see what people think. But, oh, that's going to be so cool. I can't wait to see that. So, here we have Chaos marching forward and the Dwarves firing their cavalry. I mean, the Dragon Ogres, the way they run is really cool. They're a little buggy with their tails if you watch. Their tails kind of go through the snow and also through other of the Dragon Ogres. That's not that big of a deal with me. Like again, they could be fixing that too. They just wanted to show this off. I'm not really sure. But that's the only thing that's buggy. That's not a big deal with me at all. So we do get some Chaos spawn. They actually don't show this up close, which was frustrating because you can kind of see a little bit of them in the corner at parts, and they look incredibly cool. But they don't actually really show it off. So We don't get to see a lot of the Chaos spawn, but we still have a lot of time, and I'm not worried about seeing that anytime soon. I also have to apologize for CA, because I really thought that they weren't going to show anything, any gameplay. This was a very good gameplay to save up for. We have some, it's a very cool strategy that he has. He has his cavalry and his warhounds, I think, sweeping up and going to flank. He has his main army basically pushing forward. He has his monstrous infantry. That name slipped on me for instant. Going up to the side here. You'll get to see them in action. Their chargers are just really cool. They're really intimidating. And next to a dwarf, they look absolutely huge. It's just really cool. I'm glad they did the Chaos against the Dwarves, because since the Dwarves are small in stature and Chaos is relatively big with monsters, it just looks so cool. Here we come a Shaggoth with a charge. I mean, he just plows right through that unit and then attacks. Just really cool. And then we have the Dragon Ogres coming up from behind and hitting. Incredibly cool. And then here we have the bomb throwers that throw the bombs. Now, it looks like they're going to be doing a lot of friendly fire, but I don't know. I don't know. Like it was kind of hard to see. Like the Dragon Ogres are so tall that it could just be hitting the Dragon Ogres. I mean, just really, the Slayers are coming in now. I think the kill animation on the Dragon Ogres is really cool, and the Shaggoth. You'll get to see that later. It just incredibly cool. Here he sends the Manticore after the Gyro Bomber, which this actually made me think of something a little like, I don't want to say bad, but kind of what I'm nervous about is that the Vampire Counts don't have any ranged units. We already know that. So if they're come up against like a dwarvish army, or basically any other army that has a flying unit, and let's say the Vampire Counts don't have a flying unit, or let's say they have low tier like Fellbats, and they die really easily due to like artillery or other archery fire. How on earth are you supposed to kill something like a Gyro Bomber or a Manticore that flies and can basically just keep cycle charging you and you can't touch it? So I'm not really sure exactly how that's going to work. They may have something where, you know, if it's only one unit left, it gives up. I'm just not sure for the Vampire Counts. Here we have an excellent charge here. I just love the charges. You can see like the footprints in the fire from behind. Just really cool. I'm glad they showed it to us. The snow, the map looks really big, which I can't wait for multiplayer custom battles. That's going to be epic. Here we have a Manticore coming in for a charge. You have I think it was like a golden hand in the corner. Vortex spell looks really cool. Kolok Sun Eater tearing him up, and we have some. I think that's Warriors of Chaos there, and some Chosen fighting. They're taking out those artillery pieces. We have the what's his name? Shaggoth there fighting. Just overall, it was just an all-out brawl, which I feel like that is exactly what Chaos is for, just overpowering, which he did a really good job at showcasing that. Dwarves are kind of dwindling. They're having a really tough time taking out all of his troops, but they're doing a really good job at holding their own, which you would expect the Dwarves to do. I mean, they are defending some of their old Dwarvish ruins, so they would be really, really, proud as they're a proud people, and they really want to repel Chaos. So here comes the Gyro Bomber back. See, this is what I mean, just like the melee, incredible, and then he drops bombs. Very cool strategy. Now, I think he was playing against the AI. If that's the case, again, I think the AI is going to be do pretty well in this game. Now, what I haven't seen yet is anyone lose to AI, with the exception of the Let's Play with the Gunners versus the Vampire Count Zombies. That's the only one I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I could be mistaken, but I think that's the only one we've seen that they've lost. That like a person playing. So I don't know exactly if it's just going to come redundant, like you come to predict what the AI is going to do. Not sure yet. I hope they have something up their sleeve to really showcase the AI, and maybe, the AI is better than you. It's not just going to be always win, win, win. And here we have the Gyro Bomber going down. The Manticore caught up with him, which is interesting to note. The Gyro Bomber is faster than the Manticore, but you can cast a spell that will speed up your Manticore. Really cool. I can think of a lot of things that could be used for. We have the Manticore coming in again for melee. It's charging through those units. I like the little jump it does, yeah, like a lion. Just it's really cool. We have some more Dragon Others fighting. We have the Shaggoth there fighting. I mean, I think the Chaos Monstrous Infantry, like the Shaggoth and Kolok Sun Eater, are extremely cool. They're just so big and so powerful, and they just dwarf everything else. Now, here you go. You get a little bit of the Chaos Spawn. That's what I'm talking about. Wish we got to see more, but we got plenty of time left. Now, we didn't get to see any chariots or any of like the monstrous chariots. I forget what they're called, but they have like the ogres or something in front carrying the chariots. Wish we got to see that, but we got plenty of time, so I'm not that worried about it. I really want to see those chariots, because those chariots before that we saw in the Chaos versus Empire were really cool. We didn't get to see up-close zoom-ins, so it's going to be cool to see that. So here we have a dwarf, the Slayer King. The Dwarvens getting back-charged by the Shaggoth, which is bad for the dwarf, but since the Slayer King has a bonus against monstrous infantry, like the Shaggoth, that takes it down with one swing, so too bad for him. But it's not looking good for the dwarves. Practically every single dwarf has broken, and the only one that is left is the king. So it looks like they abandoned their king, and they just right here, Darren Total War. He just completely surrounds him with his Manticore, with Kolok Sun Eater, with his warriors, with his cavalry, with his dragon ogres, and just everything. He just surrounds him and tries to make him break, if not kill him. So this battle is rounding down. So I will see if again, I apologize for getting this out so late. I will see if I can do like a breakdown of this video. They kind of zoomed in a lot, which is cool. I really did like they took the time to zoom in and show us everything. So if you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. I love the comments. Kolok again just looks incredibly cool. Tell me if you're gonna if you pre-ordered, or tell me if you're gonna buy this within the first week, because this looks absolutely incredible. I'll see if I can break this down. Hopefully we get more gameplay this week or something else. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. I read all the comments. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Mounted Cavalier out.